Morning, morning, morning. How's everybody doing?
Morning, Bill. How you doing, buddy?
Getting ready for the handyman to arrive. He's got to prep some stuff here.
Nice. I'm
Yeah,
just giving
gotta
my
get
kids
that.
a ride to school.
Nice. I don't miss that.
Yeah. Hey, man, me and my wife, we're going to be having twins in about a month.
Double the portion, double blessings that you got there.
Yes, double the portion, double the portion. Yeah, bro. Oh, shoot. Yeah, we had to go to the hospital last night till about 10 o'clock because Emily had some high blood pressure and some swelling, so they were just
Wow.
checking to see if she had preeclampsia at all, and she was good. She didn't have any, so we got to go home, so we're good.
Well, thank God. Thank God. Thank God she didn't get pregnancy diabetes.
Yeah, no joke,
We,
dude.
we
Like
cancel that in the
I'm
name
like,
of
hey, we are
Jesus.
not having those babies right now, bro. No, dude, not today. Not today.
The twins run in your family or hers?
What's that, Bill?
Do twins run in her family or in yours?
Yeah, my dad's a twin.
A couple of generations?
I'm not really sure about that. I just know for a fact my dad is. I've never really gone back to look, so. Hold on one second, I'm about ready to drop him off.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Get out of here. Stop eating this food. Go. Go. Get over there. No. No. Go.
Bro, they eat anything. Bet you that's your dog.
Yes, he's eating everything. Get out of here. Go over there.
Yo, I broke out in some kind of hive yesterday. I mean, I was swelling, itching, man, nothing. I took allergy pills. I don't know what the heck it was, bro.
Boy, that
Oh,
chlamydia is no joke.
God.
Well, why you gotta why you gotta make them noises like that, Russ? It's a bit much.
That's why it's called obnoxious laughter. Itching. I put lotion, nothing, man. I was like, what the heck? Drank a couple of glasses of milk and tried to just pray and focus on
Get,
something else,
get
man,
out.
until I passed out.
Who told you to come in here? Where's your plate?
Well, that sounds like kibble.
That's what it is.
Kibble! Kibble, kibble! Oh my god, kibble, kibble! Name that movie.
Man, I can't even think. Well, I thought it was a
That's
commercial,
Chance
to be
for...
honest with you.
No, dude, it's Chance from Homeward Bound, man. Kibble! Remember when they go to the farm, dude? And then the parents leave, and then that lady
I
comes
don't
out
think
with...
I ever saw that movie, bro.
Oh, you have never seen that movie? Oh, dude, that's a good movie, bro. Homeward Bound, man. Oh, it's a good one. Bill, you ever see Homeward Bound?
Well, I don't remember it, but
What movie?
Homeward Bound.
Yeah.
What movie?
Homeward Bound. Trot, I know you've
Oh
seen
man,
it.
that's a good movie.
Homeward Bound.
That's a good movie.
You know when Chance he's in the chicken coop, and then he hears the woman like going in for the dog food,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, "Is that kibble? kibble, 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 kibble. You know, he's just running. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Cat drool and dog drool.
Yeah, I ain't seen that movie in a long time.
Oh man,
it's almost as good as this.
That's a good one. That's comedy though.
What is going on? Y'all ready to talk about some Jesus? We're gonna talk about some Jesus. Let me see. I think we're going to be at Job 2. Is this a cartoon? Is what a cartoon? Job chapter 2. Somebody's like, Job 2? Y'all's Bible's got a Job 2? We're going to be in the book of Job number 3. That'd be the third book. There's 14 books. I found them under my house yesterday. We're going to go over them. We're going to go over them. You know, what's crazy is looks they're like written in my handwriting. I don't know where they came from, but it was a discovery. We're going to go over them. Howard Bound. The movie is not called Howard Bound.
He said homebound, something like that.
No, somebody.
Homeward.
Yeah,
Homeward bound.
It's homeward bound, not Howard.
Yep.
Bound.
Because the whole story is about them trying to get home.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Something like, oops. We're trying to get home.
Yeah, we're trying to get home, bro.
Oh, we're homeward bound. We're gonna change the show to Homeward Bound.
Yeah, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. You know what we meant. Come on, bro.
You know what I mean.
We're waiting for our glorified bodies to be homeward bound, bro. Come on, bro.
Hey, have y'all seen Have you seen the it's a meme. Excuse me. On TikTok, and there's a whole bunch of them, but the funniest one to me is there's a little baby in one of those what do you call those little I don't know what they're sitting down and it's round and their feet touch the ground, they run all over the place. What are those things called?
They're walkers. The little walkers.
That's what those are called, walkers?
Yeah, walkers, bro.
All right, well, there's a kid in a walker, but that boy ain't walking. That little kid's getting it, and there's a guy chasing after the kid, and he's like, "What? Where are you going? Don't run! You can't run from the Lord Jesus or something." It's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's hilarious, dude. I think it's like, man. Hey, you got time? You got time to talk? What? Don't run! Don't run! I just want to talk about Jesus. Oh, it's hilarious, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. They've taken that and they've done that with a couple different videos. It's hilarious, bro.
Yeah,
they did one with.
That was the
they
funniest.
did one where he was chasing. They did one where he was chasing a pig, and he's
I
like,
seen one
he's
where
like,
he was chasing chickens
sir,
too, bro.
Yeah, sir, don't run from the Lord.
Yeah, don't run from the Lord. Oh, it's hilarious. All right, let me serve.
I'm waiting on CJ to get up here and explain himself. This goat business.
Wow, what happened?
We be in the goat business. I need some explanations, bro. I need some answers.
He said, I
That's
wanted
right.
to come.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Husha.
Where is he at? Oh, there he is.
Dre, question for you, Dre.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, who you got? Who you got between Kobe and LeBron?
Uh, man,
It's
that's a hard one. That's a hard one.
Oh
But
man, it's Kobe all day, bro. For me
yeah,
at
I
least. For me
mean,
at least.
here's the thing about that. Um, LeBron can play 1 through 5. Kobe can't. But Kobe is not better than Michael, and obviously neither is LeBron. So that's why that's kind of like hard for the number 2 spot right there for me. But and I can't even say number 2 spot, bro, because if you start talking to old heads,
Well,
like
how did
what's that?
how
You
did
got
how did Kobe and
Kareem, you got
LeBron
Magic. All
how
those.
did Kobe and LeBron play against each other?
Kobe gave him that work, bro, every time.
Okay, so therefore Kobe's better. It's so easy.
Yeah,
It's so
but
easy.
yeah, I mean it's easy to say it like that, but it's just that's what I'm saying. Basketball depends on the cat. Like, what are you talking about? Like defensively? Are you talking about like you know overall?
I don't know. Most of the time, it's overall. It's just, everything is pretty much overall. Because let's say LeBron gets a lot of numbers, and I'm kind of talking harsh just to get to the point, right? Let's say he gets all those numbers, and he's playing against a bunch of chumps, but then he goes up against Kobe, and Kobe kind of plays him better than anybody else or something. Like
Well,
it's kind of clear.
The only person that has like given LeBron trouble, in my opinion, is Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard really gave him like fits, bro. He couldn't do nothing against Kawhi, bro. Against Kawhi, and I would say um, Jimmy Butler was giving him the business too a couple times, bro. Defensively, he was just messing him up. So, but there isn't like it's the same thing with Kobe. There's certain people that Kobe just didn't, couldn't do too much against, like Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady, he couldn't do nothing against Tracy. It wasn't nothing he could do against Tracy McGrady, bro. Nothing. Not a daggone thing. You hear me?
Yeah, but you got to look at everything else. Like, how good was McGrady on paper?
McGrady was a GOAT, bro. If McGrady wouldn't have been injured, I'm telling you, that dude right there, when he was healthy, Vince Carter. Kobe couldn't do nothing against Vince Carter, bro.
Yep.
Oh no,
And that's his cousin.
Vince Carter definitely. Vince Carter definitely gave him the business, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like nobody gave Mike the business, bro. It wasn't happening.
No, the only one that gave Mike.
Clyde Drexler was probably the closest.
Nah, bro. Hey, the only one that gave Mike the business was Larry Bird. That's who gave Mike the business.
Nah, Mike, he ain't give Mike the business, bro.
Bro, Mike even said, bro. I'll find the footage. Mike even said, bro.
No, Mike said he was cold, bro. He did. He said
out of. Yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm not taking away who Larry Bird was, bro.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing. Okay, look, there may not have been anybody that trumped him, right? But there has to be someone who did a better job than everybody else. And Mike pretty much said it was Larry Bird. So we're not talking like who was the one that Mike couldn't get past. Saying Mike said out of everybody, bro, Larry Bird, that's one of the names he named, was Larry Bird.
I mean, he said Kobe probably was the only person that could have ever beat him one-on-one. And I can show you the footage on that one. When they asked him,
I seen that, but I'm saying a lot of people, for whatever reason, people don't remember Mike saying the way he talked about Larry Bird. He doesn't talk like that about anybody else. Like, it's just Larry Bird. That's why they made those commercials. Whatever you can do, I can do better. It's because of that. You don't remember those commercials?
Of course.
I remember those, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, LeBron is, I mean, listen, man, LeBron is the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, bro. That's not easy to do.
CJ said Steph Curry's the GOAT.
I'm
gonna tell you what.
At this point, CJ's lost. Like, I don't think CJ's played basketball a day in his life, bro.
No,
I ain't never played basketball a day in my life, but I've watched him.
Yeah, at least you said you could dunk, though.
I think
so. That's something.
But when I Yeah, but when I figured out, bro, when I figured you thought I was dunking like a Spud Webb, I was like, bro, I'm doing a vertical jump, bro, like, and slamming it in there, bro. Like if I would have ran to try to dunk, I probably would have hurt myself, bro. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I never played basketball in my life.
5 feet.
I just could jump. Do what?
The thing about Air Jordan,
my racket.
He made everybody better.
Bill, I don't know what the heck Bill's
Everybody
doing, bro.
Bill, what is all that noise?
Are you changing, Bill, while talking to us, bro? Like, put on your shirt.
Oh man, I'm walking the dog. I'm outside.
Bro, why you
walking the dog?
Bro, why you walk? Hey, you know what? Walk the dog, park the car, and take out the garbage. Okay.
And drink some coffee.
I'm gonna drink some coffee. Like, Bill, what's going on, man? I'm sitting here drinking some coffee. I could just picture Bill, bro, dressed up in his little outfit that he wore when he was a transporter. Or you can't call him a bus driver. He gets mad. What do you got to call him, Dre?
Bus operator.
Operator. He's like, listen, try it. Listen, I know you're like 5'2". He's like, I know you 5'2", and you don't understand everything because you're short. You know, like little shorty man. But I like my coffee, and I like to be an operator and be respectful. Okay, if you're gonna be on the bus, you're gonna shut your mouth and pay your toll. All right, pay. What do you got to say? Pay what? What do you say?
Pay your fare and sit down.
Pay your fare. Sit down. And when you go home, you need to rub your your wife's feet. The house feet. You know, whatever. Sit down. I'm gonna go around the corner. And if y'all are still talking, I'm kicking you off this. Do you call it a bus or do you call it something else?
He says, I'm going to kick you off my spaceship.
What is it called, bus. Bill?
Get out of the bus.
Oh, it is a bus?
Autobús.
La
guagua for boricuas.
He's like, and you know what else? I'm going to throw your fare back at you. We don't need you.
Man, listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
He was like the little troll that you got to pay before crossing the bridge. That was
Bill.
Well, I tell you the truth, I didn't even pay them no mind. I look the other way sometimes, bro, because I didn't want to hear the story. Yo, could I get a ride? Yo, Papa, check it out. I gotta go a few blocks. Do I still gotta pay the $2.25?
I want to hear Bill say fee fi fo fum.
Oh my Lord, what are we talking about? Don't do it, Bill. Don't do it. All right, let's see. Job. So we went over Job 1, chapter 1. We're gonna read Job.
Hey, hold on, before you go on to Job, let me just finalize this real quick. No arguing, no discussing, no rebuttals. Can I just get your top 5 and Bill's top 5 and Ryan's top 5 NBA all time? Real quick. Right. That's it.
Hold on. With you, bro, I gotta be specific. Okay, we gotta be very specific here because you have played this game since you were like 2 years old. You have your own little rules, your own laws, and if someone doesn't do something a very certain way, then that means this over here, or it means that over there. All right. So I need you to
no questions asked, bro. No questions asked. I ain't gonna criticize nobody. Just give me your top 5.
I need you to be very. Hold on. Be very specific. Be very specific on what you're asking. What are you asking specifically?
Top 5 all-time best basketball players in the NBA.
Okay, hold on. Top 5, like meaning favorite player, or top 5 the best player?
Top 5 best players, not favorite players.
Okay, so like basically if I picked 5 and you picked 5, the argument would be these 5 are better than your 5, you're tripping.
Well, let's make it this.
No, is that what you're saying, bro?
No, let's say this. Make it real easy. Give me your starting 5, your all-star team, your starting 5 players. From point guard to center.
Okay, so you're basically, what you're saying is you want me to tell you that if I picked 5 and you picked 5, my 5 would beat your 5. That's what you want me to tell you?
Okay. Yeah, 100%.
Hold on. I've been summoned. Go ahead and talk to Twitter D and Twitter Dumb over there. I'll be back. Hold on.
Funny guy.
Okay, here goes Twiddle. I give you MJ.
Okay, that's your shooting guard, right? Is that your shooting guard or your point guard?
Oh, I got a phone call.
What the heck is that? Oh, my Lord Jesus.
Dre, I love it, dude.
What the heck is going on, bro?
So hey, dude, here's what I'm gonna say. I haven't watched enough basketball in order to even be in this argument. But one thing I do know, that the one guy that I did watch pretty closely was Michael Jordan and Kobe and LeBron. And I never got to watch Magic. I never got to watch Larry Bird very much. I never watched Kareem, obviously, or any of those guys. But I've listened to a lot of arguments. But I'm going to tell you right now, Michael Jordan's number one all day. And then I'm going to put Kobe ahead of LeBron. And then like I said, I haven't had a chance to look at anybody else. So those are my top 3. That's all I got to say.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. I got MJ, Kobe, Kareem. I got Larry.
Hold on. You got MJ, Kobe, Kareem, Larry.
I got to put Magic in there.
All right, that's 5.
Yep.
That's your starting 5, huh?
Yep.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
All right, I'm back. All right, what's up? Where we at?
We're waiting on you.
Okay, hold on. Check it out. I get to pick whoever I want, bro.
Of course.
Hold on. And I'm gonna say that they're gonna be amazing at any position. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm picking.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking, and they're
going to be amazing defensively and offensively, huh?
Okay, that maybe not. Hold on. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me think.
Because if you're gonna put Kobe at center, I'm gonna put Shaq there, and you're gonna get annihilated all day.
And then I'll just move some other people around.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Can everybody have Shaq?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, if we were doing if we were drafting,
just because of that, hold on. No, just because of that, I'm not picking Shaq. How about that?
Nobody picked Shaq, by the way.
Wow, that's weird. That'd have been a good pick.
I thought. I mean,
okay,
guess nobody did.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
He's one dimension.
That's fine. I'm gonna leave Shaq. I'm gonna leave Shaq out of it, bro. I'm gonna leave it alone, bro. But I am gonna say, if you're gonna say top 5, even though I hate to say this, but I obviously am gonna have LeBron James in my top 5, 100%. He's big enough to play anything. That's just my personal opinion. Whatever. All right.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I can't lie about that. That anybody says that he can pretty much play any position. All right, so obviously LeBron James, obviously Kobe Bryant. I don't care what anybody says. Obviously Michael Jordan, 100%. But I'm going to throw 2 names out there that probably nobody would agree with, and I don't care. But that is definitely going to be Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, of course, man. Bill Russell. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that, bro. You can't go wrong with that. I'm not going to sit here.
That's my top 5. It's going to be Kobe, LeBron, Mike, Bill Russell, and Wilt Chamberlain. 100%. Those are going to be my secondaries. Obviously, is going to be Shaq and Steph Curry and Larry Bird. I'd have 3 to the side, and it would be those 3 right there.
So who's your starting point guard? Just curious. Who would you start at point guard?
I'll pick Mike for that. Mike can be a point guard.
I don't know.
Mike can be a point guard.
I
No,
don't
but I
know, man.
pick people that can pretty much play every position, bro.
Here's the problem. Well, I said I wasn't gonna do that. Never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone. That's a good lineup, bro.
Oh, it ain't gonna be a problem. I'm telling you,
Oh,
it ain't gonna
when
be a
you talking
problem.
about cohesion, brother, and you put Mike and Kobe together, two brothers that need the ball, that must have the ball in their hands.
Yeah.
See, that's the beauty of Steph
Yes,
Curry.
yes,
Steph
but you
Curry don't
said
need the ball in his
yeah.
hands, even though he's a point guard.
Hey,
That's the
Okay.
beauty of
Point
Steph Curry.
is,
what y'all think about Tim
well, that's
Duncan
why
though,
Steph
man?
Curry's my second.
Tim Duncan,
I love Tim
he's
Duncan.
very solid, bro. Just born is all. He's like watching paint dry, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He'll give you 35 a night, bro. But man, that's gonna be a boring 35.
I grew up watching David Robinson too, David Robinson, the Admiral, and then Tim Duncan, and then that was a good. Those two guys were pretty darn good too. So I didn't I didn't start watching until like the early '90s. I was born in '86, so
Oh
me
my
and me and
gosh, bro. CJ, how old is CJ? Try is CJ like 17?
Nah, I think he's 22.
Oh, he's got to be. He's got to be like, he's a team dad,
Nah,
bro. He's a team dad. Ain't no way, man. This dude just said Steph Curry's number one, bro. Stop it. I love Steph, but come on, man. I think
Yeah.
you're just trolling.
We
It's
are
that age
Jessica.
group.
Listen,
Trolling.
hey, bro. Jessica's already pulling out the ears, bro. She's like, "Bro, talk about Bible now, right now. Y'all better be quiet." She's like, "Or I'm not bringing cookies." All right.
And she
Jessica's
said,
like,
I'm gonna take my tithes and offer to the next church. This pastor, I don't like this pastor.
Yeah. She's like, "Yeah, you know what? And then I'm gonna give you an uppercut. How about that?"
Jessica's like, hey man, if
All
y'all
right,
are gonna
let's
talk
see,
about
let's see.
sports, you need to talk about Taylor Swift.
Oh my Lord, have mercy. Better not. That girl done lost her.
Better not.
Talk about a downgrade
Better
for
not.
Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce took a big downgrade. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, he did. He did for sure, bro.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? You know where? Dre, you know where somebody would not have went wrong, bro? If they would have picked Bulls 95-96 team, bro.
Oh
the
yeah,
top
I agree.
five.
The only
You
thing they
wouldn't have
needed
been
on that
wrong to
team was
pick
a
that.
center, though, bro. You put Shaq on that
Yeah.
squad, Kareem
Shaq,
Abdul-Jabbar,
oh
or
man, bro, that would have been. Oh my Lord,
oh
dude.
yeah. You
Man.
put like Luca, not Luca, but Joker, the
Who?
Joker on
Luca?
that team. Oh my
The
gosh, bro.
Joker.
You're talking
Or
about
put Yamin. Hey, put Yamin on there.
oh no, not that guy.
Yamin.
But you put
Or
like
Hey, he's a goofy. That's a
how
big
about
old goofy guy, boy.
how about Dennis Rodman when he was with the Pistons, man? That dude was lethal, bro. Dennis Rodman,
hey, dude,
man.
Dennis Rodman was so good. He was
He
so
was
good,
awesome.
dude.
He was awesome.
The dude was so good. Man, he was so good. He's such a goofball, though, but he's so good. All right. Let's get to the Biblia. How you say it in Spanish?
Biblioteca.
How you say it? I don't know. Dre, how you say that?
say it again. What
Biblioteca.
do you want me to say? What you want me to say?
The Bible. The Bible.
La Biblia.
La Biblia.
Biblia. Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about La Biblia. Blah 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 blah. All right.
What was that library, CJ? Biblioteca? I heard it at some point in some Biblioteca.
Yeah, so we went over Job 1. Gonna go over Job Lodos today. Who's reading? Man, boy, there's a lot of people missing on the panel this morning.
Yeah, I invited them all,
Folks is
but
back
yeah,
to
they're
work.
gone.
Like Jesse's working now. She got a job. And I think Benny might be at work, and Leo is still working on building heaven on earth. And
Yeah.
So
Excuse
everybody's
me.
kind of like
Excuse me.
out there. I actually won't be able to read. I got to take my wife's out of town, so that's why I keep muting. I'm getting the boy
French.
ready for school.
Leo said French is Bibliotech. What?
Yes, that's right, Lael. You're right, dude. Yes. I took French class. That's where I heard it. Like, I took French class in high school, and I was like, I knew I heard that somewhere. Yeah, La Bibliothèque. That's right. Yes.
Bibliotech.
Yeah.
Why did they add tech?
Oh, I thought I heard
Oh,
Leo's making that. He's making that crack coffee. I can hear it already. I can hear the crack
Bro,
coffee.
I couldn't
Hey, he made a video. He made a video, bro, showing people. Hey, he made it how to make that crack coffee. And I was looking, and I was like, man, I said, that sounds like Leo. Because you know how sometimes you're swiping, but you're not looking at the picture. You just kind of, and I was like, man, it looks like Leo, or sounds like Leo. I said, that sounds like Leo. And I'm looking closer, and I saw his 45 components, it takes to make this thing. I was like, man, that's Leo. I was like, man,
I
I'm
thought you
definitely
saw
going
his
to say
hands.
something
It
on
was
there.
like, that's Leo for sure.
I knew that was coming.
No, I did. I eventually did. Bro. Hey, Leo got hands like y'all ever seen the movie Swamp Thing?
I'm sorry, guys. I gotta take off. I have the guy doing some work in my house. I'm getting the house ready for sale. All right.
We appreciate you
guys.
stopping our conversation, brother.
Yeah, always, bro.
All right.
Later.
Always.
Hey, I told
tell
Leo in the DMs. I said, Leo, you need to put some of that condensed milk on your hands, brother.
Yeah. I'm telling you, bro.
Man, I can't stop ribbing the bishop.
He got those Swamp Thing. He got those Swamp Thing hands, bro. Like he got gloves on, bro. Smack you one time, bro. Give you a callus on your face.
Boy.
Give you a callus.
Hey, today's pajama day.
Tell me, got them built-in gloves. Sure.
Yeah.
Levi's going to
Just
school.
like, hey, y'all want to go
today,
box? Pajamas. What?
Yeah, today is like Spirit Week, so today's pajama day. So he's going to school in some pajamas. Ain't that right?
Spirit, man, imagine that. Spirit Week. Wow.
Dre's team, Dre's fantasy team is the Globetrotters. That's what he's doing. He's going for the Globetrotters.
The Globetrotters.
Hey, them boys can hoop. Them boys can hoop.
Hey, they really can though, bro. They're no joke.
You need to get you some
They
of them.
really can hoop. That ain't no lie.
Them American flag breeches they be wearing. You know what I'm saying? I could just see Dre and some of them.
Your cousins, them. Stop playing.
They your cousins. They your cousins, bro.
I think one of them name was Pookie.
Crazy. Pookie? What? Oh, hey, I've seen them dudes in real life, bro. They're a trip, man. The way they twirl that ball, I'm like, man, dude. I was like, man.
What's funny is I do have a cousin named Pookie.
Oh, that's a real name? I thought that was a joke.
That's it's a real name. Pookie and Ray Ray. You don't know about Ray Ray.
Oh my Lord. Hey, we played a softball team when I was in, let me see, was I in high school?
My little brother's nickname is Pookie, bro.
Oh my Lord, there's a whole bunch of them. Well, it's a real name, man. Everybody. So and they don't have the team we were playing. None of them had real numbers, bro. And I remember the first one that I recognized, he had 3 zeros on the back of his jersey. And I was like, 000. What's the point of that? So one of the guys, I go, hey, bro, why do y'all have people that's got triple digits? I was like, y'all only got 15 players. Like, why would y'all need triple digits? And he goes, triple digits? Who you talking about? I said, that dude right there, bro, he got 3 zeros. He goes, nah, bro, those are 3 O's. I go, O's? Yeah, we call him Ooh. I was like, what? Bro.
I bet you he hit a home run too. I bet you he hit a home run.
No, he ran. No, he ran real fast. They go, ooh. That's why they went, ooh, because he can run real fast. I was like, okay. And they had another guy that was shorter than me. If somebody's short, it is so recognizable. Like, and his number was 0.5. That was his number, 0 and then a half sign right beside it. I was like, what? None of their numbers were normal, bro. They were all like, hey, sup? Victoria, what's going on, man? You don't ever come up here no more. What's up?
Because I thought we needed to get railed back on the Bible. That's why.
Oh, she came up to pull the ear. I knew it. You know what happened? Y'all collaborated.
They don't have Jessica.
Hey, listen,
some ear pulling.
Now,
so
Jessica sent her a message.
Mama had to regulate, so here we go. We need some work.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hey,
yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. It's Dre's fault. It's
What?
It's Dre's fault.
How am I getting blamed for this?
Yeah. What? You just sit there and you take it. You tell the truth, sir.
I'll take it for the team, bro. Hey, real quick though, I did preach at a pastor.
Yeah, well, so with that being said, here's my 5. I got
bro. No.
Drop Jordan.
I'm
just saying. Drop him.
I got Curry,
see how
MJ, Bird, Giannis, and I just don't like LeBron, so I'll say Dirk Nowitzki.
You say
the
Giannis.
Fact that you didn't pick
Giannis.
Yeah, he picked Giannis, bro. Hey, I can't believe you didn't pick. How did you not pick Jordan?
Mr.
Bro, how did you not pick Jordan?
Eastern Conference Finals because I can't hit a free throw, Giannis? Man, get out of here with that guy.
How did you not pick Jordan? Man,
what a hater. I did. I said MJ.
He said MJ.
Okay. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear you say that. My bad. Apologize.
Well, clearly. You're thinking Michael Jackson. That's why.
Clearly.
Again,
I thought he was going to say Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, so you said we were reading Job 2? Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I sure did. Read it.
Man, have y'all never heard of positionless basketball? All 5 shooters need to be shooting threes, so no centers.
Hey, this class is out of control, Victoria.
Say
Tara.
I'm just saying.
In the chat,
Tara, what's up, Tara? Does anybody know Tara? Does anybody know Tara?
Nope.
Yes, we know Tara.
Nope, never seen her, never heard of her.
Okay, because I don't recognize the photo. What's up, Tara? What's going on?
I have a question, but not if we're on topic. I can wait.
Okay. What's up?
Okay, we were reading yesterday, me and Jennifer Bull in Genesis 44. And in verse 15, it says, And Joseph said unto them, What deed is this that ye have done? Wot ye not that such a man as I can certainly divine? And in the NKJV, it says divination. KJV says divine. And we looked it up, and it basically means the same thing. I wanted to know if you could kind of tell me what that means.
Let me see. Let me go. Joseph's stories in
44.
Let me see. Where'd you say it was? Yeah, 44. 16, is that what you said?
Verse 15.
Okay, verse 15. So that's when the brothers came. Let me see. Yeah.
I don't think it's talking about divination.
Yeah, but the context is
not in the way they're thinking, for sure.
Right.
Well, but in context, it's
discern would be a better word.
Yeah, he's trying to. Joseph is accusing them of stealing, right? So always got to remember that. All right, so he put my cup, the silver cup, in the sack's mouth, and it says, and the youngest of his corn money, and he did according to the word that Joseph had spoken. So obviously Joseph told him to do it, whatever, blah, blah. As soon as the morning was light, the men were sent away, they and their asses, and when they were gone out of the city and not yet far off, Joseph said unto the steward, Up, follow after the men, and when thou dost overtake them, say unto them, Wherefore have ye rewarded evil for good? Is not this it in when my Lord drinketh, and whereby indeed he divineth ye have done evil in so doing? Let's see. And he overtook them, and he spake unto them, said these words. You said 15, right? That's where we're going? Okay. Yeah, let's see. 15, behold, the money which was found in the sack's mouth, gold, silver, with whomsoever the servant it be found, both let him die. Okay, so it says 8, says, behold, the money which we found in our sacks, we brought again unto thee out of the land of Canaan. How then should we steal out of thy Lord's house silver and gold? If you don't know what that means, that could cause confusion with this story. But anyway, it says, with whomsoever of thy servant is found, both let him die, and we also will my Lord's bondmen. And he said, now also let it be according unto your words. He with whom it is found shall be my servant, and ye shall be blameless. Then they speedily took down every man his sack to the ground, opened every man his sack, and he searched and began at the eldest and left at the youngest. And the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. And says, then they rent their clothes and laded every man his ass and returned to the city. And Judah and his brethren came to Joseph's house, for he was yet there, and they fell before him on the ground. And Joseph said unto them, what deed is that ye have done? He says, what ye not that such a man as I can certainly divine? So there's a question. And Judah said, because he's asking a question, what shall we say unto my Lord? What shall we speak, or how shall we clear ourselves? Thou hast found out the iniquity of thy servants. Behold, we are my Lord's servants, both we and he also, with whom the cup is found. And he said, God forbid that I should do so, but the man in whose hand the cup is found, he shall be my servant. And as for you, get you up in peace unto your father. Then Judah came near unto him and asked, O my Lord, let thy servant, I pray thee, speak a word in my Lord's ears, and let not thy anger be against thy servant, for thou art even as Pharaoh. My Lord asked his servant, saying, have ye a father or brother? All right. So did y'all look up the word divine in Hebrew?
Yes, I did. And the Strongs. Let me go grab it again.
Okay.
Because divination means it's like witchcraft. It's conjuring, but it's meaning something different
Yeah, I
in
couldn't
the way
figure
that
out
they're saying.
what it
So
was.
we were having that discussion yesterday.
Okay, divine for that one is Hebrew 51:72. So
Yeah.
and then I'm still learning how to use my Strong, so I wanted to ask y'all what it was because I wasn't clear on what it was. Okay, and then I go to 51:72. And it says, I don't know how to pronounce that, Nahas, to practice divination,
Okay.
interpret omens and signs, certainly divine. Indeed divineth, used enchantments, diligently observe, enchanter, enchantments, learned by experience.
Yeah. So it says diligently observe, right? So that's like detecting.
Okay, so that's what it means. I knew it had to be something different then.
Yeah. So if you were to say it like in regular English, like our English today, let's see, 15, Joseph would be saying this. And Joseph said to them, what deed is this that ye have done? Basically, like, don't you believe or don't you think that I would be able to detect such things? Like, do you think I'm stupid? That's what he said to him. Like, to understand what he's trying to say in the story. That's what he's saying. But you got to remember, Joseph put it there. But there's a whole purpose to all this, and it has to make sense. You have to understand, not saying that none of y'all do, but make sure we keep in context that, this is their brother. They don't know that it's their brother. They're not, quote unquote, discerning who he is, but he did it on purpose to Benjamin because Benjamin is his real brother, right? So Joseph's mother had 2 kids, him and Benjamin. So he's doing this to keep keep Benjamin there. But of course the story goes on, but that's how it kind of starts off, to keep Benjamin there. But Joseph knew that if they went back to their father without Benjamin, boy, they were going to get the business because it was their fault that Joseph is no longer with them. So for that to happen to Benjamin again, it's kind of, but yeah, so that's pretty much in that area. That's all that's being said there.
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted some clarification, and like I said, I'm learning how to use the Strongs, and I'm learning more from coming here in the morning. So thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Jessica, what's up, man?
Oh, good morning. Nothing, just got out of the doctor, so I'm ready to learn.
Yeah, we're about to start. We're about to get into it right now.
Amen. Woo woo.
All right, who's reading?
I can read. Let me get my glasses. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm struggling. I walked out of the gym.
All right, good.
Good morning, Sunny Bunny.
Hey, Trot, did you see that? The 3 ladies came up on the panel to make sure that we were going to be getting
Bob, I'm telling
word,
you think,
bro.
hey, bro, I'm telling you,
they're like, we're overrunning this thing.
They're plotting, bro. They're like, listen here. You listen
out.
here.
I was gonna...
What? What happened?
Hey, you guys want Bible? We're gonna keep it on track. I'm just saying, y'all
like, listen, I'm telling you, they're sitting there texting each other. Hey, who's gonna do it today? I'm gonna do it. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm tired of it. All right, who's reading?
I got it. Give me a second. I had to get my Bible. Okay,
I knew it.
Job 2. Yardstick was out. She's gonna pop you.
Yeah, I knew it. Got the yardstick.
If Jess didn't do it, I was. They're shepherds with the rod of iron.
Oh my Lord. Shepherds with the
Hey,
rod of
you know
iron.
what? God gave us the discernment, right? He calls the females wisdom, right?
He calls the females wisdom. That's an attribute of the spirit, ma'am. It's not genitals.
I did not say anything with genitals, okay? You're the one that said it.
Not that kind of female.
All right, here we go. Satan attacks Job's health. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. And the Lord said to Satan, "From where do you come?" Satan answered, and the Lord said, "I am going to and fro on the earth, and walking back and forth on it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil? And still he holds fast to his integrity, although you incited me against him to destroy him without cause." So Satan answered the Lord and said, "Skin for skin. Yes, all that man has he will give for his life. But stretch out your hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will surely curse you to your face." And the Lord said to Satan, "Behold, he is in your hand, but spare his life." So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord and struck Job with painful boils to the sole of his feet, to the crown of his head. And he took for himself the potsherd of which to
Yeah.
scrape himself while he sat in the midst of with ashes. Then his wife said to him, "Do you still hold fast to your integrity? Curse God and die." But he said to her, "You speak as one of the foolish women speaks. Shall we indeed accept good from God, and shall we not accept adversity?" In all this, Job did not sin with his lips. Now when Job's three friends heard all of this adversity that had come upon him, each of them came to his own place. I cannot say that name. Eliphaz, the Temite,
Sure.
Bildad, the yeah, that one, and Zophar, the Naamite, for they had made an appointment together to come and mourn with him, to comfort him. And when they raised their eyes from afar, they did not recognize him. They lifted their voices and they wept, and each tore their robe and sprinkled dust on their head toward heaven. So they sat down with him on the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and no one spoke a word to him, for they saw his grief was very great.
All right. So we see Satan in the presence of God. Now, again, Satan had the dominion of Adam. He had Adam's dominion. So he was standing in the spot that was Adam's spot. That's why he was there, right? So under this quote unquote spiritual legal system, if you will, Satan had a right to be where he was legally. Excuse me. So it's very when people see this, they still think that Satan is roaming around heaven. Like they see this still happening today. You'll hear people say it. What do you mean? No, Satan goes to God, and God and Satan talk. And when times are hard, you're like Job. God's testing you. That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard in my life. These people are not familiar with the Bible at all. The only thing they're familiar with is the storyline of Job. That is it. That's all they're familiar with. They know that that God and Satan talked in the story, and they know that there's this permission, if you will, given to Satan to do certain things to Job, and they jump on that. As soon as they read that, they jump on it, and they go, oh, so that's why my life is hard. God is doing all these things, and that's because they're not using the Spirit to understand what they're reading. So that phrase, sola scriptura, that phrase is trash. It is not sola scriptura. There is no such thing. You're not going to be able to just understand what the Bible is saying just by reading it by itself. You need the Holy Spirit, like Paul. A lot of people miss it, and they what they want to do is they want to say that what happened with Paul, that when he was in the desert, that God was directly showing Paul how to understand what he was reading, so it could be passed down, and then so the church fathers can be created, and then from that point on, we're supposed to listen to the church father. Like if this Holy Spirit doesn't help anybody else understand the word, and so people can use scripture to argue that, because they choose to pick certain scriptures that they believe. What?
So you're saying not every word that's in the Bible is the word of God. Is that what you're saying in reference to like some statements that are made in there do not depict God in a sense, like some of the stuff that Job said? Is that
Yeah,
what you're saying
well,
when you're saying sola scriptura? The way they use it is like everything that's
well,
in
because
there,
they
it's God speaking.
well they say they'll ask you these people will ask you, do you believe in sola scriptura? Like they'll say, do you believe in Bible alone? Like that's all you need is the Bible. That's what they're asking. Do people ask this question, especially Catholics or Orthodox or whatnot? They'll use that phrase, but the phrase itself is a set up lie. I don't know who believes sola scriptura. People may say, well, yeah, that's all you need, but the truth is, you need that and the Holy Spirit. You need both. Period.
Right.
Right.
Because then you can
So
distinguish between when God
yeah,
is
yeah,
speaking and when it's
yeah,
a man just speaking out of his religious heart, like Job.
yeah. Like Job, like exactly. And so when they ask that question, bro, the question is a lie. It's. I mean, I hate to say it this way, but it is Satan. It's kind of like when Satan says to Adam and Eve, did God surely say that you're going to die if you eat from the tree? Did God really say that? It's that same attitude. Even with Jesus, when Satan is talking to Jesus, he doesn't call him the begotten son. He goes, are you really the son? And he leaves out the begotten part. He leaves it out. And so they do the same thing. Oh, so just the Bible. Hold on a second. But they leave
Yeah, I
that
didn't mean to
part
interrupt you,
out.
brother.
No, you're
I
good,
just
man.
didn't want you to move past that particular section of what you were saying. I wanted you to kind of expound on it. So go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're good, um, but the question itself it comes from a lie, because the Bible does not tell us solo. Nowhere in the Bible is it telling us sola scriptura. So why would they even make up that phrase? The phrase itself is a lie. The Word of God. Hold on.
The Word of God is Jesus, and the Holy Spirit reveals Jesus. So you're reading the book that you got to be able to distinguish when God is speaking, when it's the heart of God speaking, versus when it's just a religious man. Because Job says, "The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." And you got religious people who turn around and quote that because why? It's solo scriptura.
So are you saying that whenever we read the Bible, that that we can read the words, but the Holy Spirit actually gives us what is to come from it, or what were you saying, Lael?
To distinguish between, like, because Job, I mean, you can read Job, and a lot of people have used him as like this kind of a, well, do you know, oh, Job, the Lord, you never know when the Lord's going to use you and test you, and him and the devil are going to have this agreement to see, over your faithfulness or whatever. That's not what that whole thing was about. And I think you've heard that before. Why would a person come to that conclusion? Because it's in the Bible. Job says, "The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away," and then people quote that. Well, God gives and God takes away. You never can tell what God's going to do. No, if you don't have the Holy Spirit, you don't know the difference between when a religious person is speaking, or when or when actually, because it goes against the very nature of Jesus. Jesus said, "The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but I've come that you might have life." And so these two things are not in agreement with each other. So you have to distinguish that Job is not speaking from the heart of revelation. He's speaking from his own heart of religion.
Yeah, somebody's asking, or someone said, let me see. Casey Wellborn says, I think some are asking if you listen to church fathers or scripture only. That's fine. The truth is, it doesn't matter how they're asking it. The fact that they say sola scriptura, no matter what else they're thinking, that phrase is a lie, because you cannot read or understand the Bible without the Spirit. So even if they're saying, oh, well, I mean, do you use the church? Notice the point is they're still not asking you about the Spirit. They're still not bringing that part up. They're saying, so even if they were doing it the other way, we'll do it the other way. hey, so do y'all listen to the church fathers or just the Bible? Even if they ask that way, they're still watering down a big, huge fact when it comes to the word. they're still watering it down.
Up?
Do what?
Can you let Dre up?
No, he's on punishment. He don't get to come up.
He's on punishment.
It's disciplinia or whatever that is.
Yeah, disciplina. Yeah. So
man, y'all got me sitting in purgatory. What's going on, man?
Purgatory, bro.
He got that from the church fathers. You see, that's what we're
I sure
about.
did.
Where'd you learn that from, bro?
I sure did.
He comes on.
Athanasius.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah. So, anyway, let me see. Yeah. So that's the point. Like, no matter how you twist it or no matter how they try to bring up sola scriptura, as soon as they bring that up, I don't care if they go, well, the Mother Mary or sola scriptura, John the Baptist or sola scriptura, no matter who they use, I don't care who they're trying to use. Why are they not telling the complete truth? Why are they not saying your spirit with the scriptures? Why are they not saying that? I'm telling you, it's the same thing. They're purposely leaving something out. It's very weird. Like when are you really the Son of God? That's funny because the Bible just said that he's the begotten Son, the begotten Son, the beloved Son, the begotten Son. He don't say that part. He just says, well, if you're really the Son of God, well, there's a reason why he's leaving certain words out. It already takes away what's happening. So anyway, yeah, so we see Satan, right, having this conversation with God in heaven. And again, it's because legally he has a right to be there because Adam gave him his dominion, period. That's why he's able to be there. But we can't forget that the last Adam took that dominion back from Satan, and now he sits at the right hand of the Father. So the last Adam is in position where the first Adam was. The dominion has been taken back, but now God has the dominion. See, at first, Adam had the dominion. Adam was not God. Adam was a man, but he had dominion. And then Satan got the dominion. But when God came down here and he took care of business himself, all authority and dominion was given to Jesus. So now who has authority? God does. God has authority. And because God lives in our spirit, the dominion has been given back to us, but through Christ. So I understand the argument. Like, well, yeah, but the dominion's ours again. I understand. But you have to understand that our dominion, it was going to be given to us through Adam, whether it be the first or the last Adam. The dominion was going to come through. What? Go ahead.
That's the only legal way to get it back. I mean, most people say, well, why come God didn't, when Adam sinned, just take it all back right then? It wouldn't have been legal.
Right.
He gave it, all authority was given to man. And once it was given to man, he didn't save any for himself, because otherwise Satan would have had to get God's share of authority. It was all given to man. So what God could do is he could make a covenant with man. And that covenant is, what's mine is yours. When I'll bring power to the table, you bring authority to the table, until we get to the point where I can bring the last Adam. And legally, Jesus, being a man and being God, he operated in the authority of man and in the power of God. And that's the reason why he was able to redeem it back for us.
Right. Yeah. So now our dominion that we have is through Adam, like it always. Everything started with Adam. And again, that means ruddy, right? It's talking about the good soil. Adam was created from good soil. Whether some people want to admit that or not, nothing had failed. It was a good soil. It was a perfect soil. And now we have the last Adam that was also created from a perfect soil, because Jesus is the good ground. He's all of it. He's the ground, the seed, the root. So when people say, well, he's the root, no, he's the soil. He's not just the root. He's not just the seed that started taking root, man. He's the soil. It goes all the way to the soil. He is the good ground. It is the heart that was given us. I'm saying all of that because I'm telling you, all of this has to be understood when you're looking at why Satan is able to be like in this position where he's at. You have to understand. That has to be understood. So let's get to where it says 7, I think, so 6. And the Lord said to him, behold, he is in thy hand, but save his life. First of all, just like Abraham couldn't kill Isaac to make him a sacrifice, it's the same things happening here. You have to be able to see these consistent patterns. So he tells Satan he's in your hand, but you can't kill him, basically, is what he's saying. Why? Because Job, being a shadow of Christ, he's not the sacrifice. He cannot die, just like Isaac. Isaac cannot be taken as a sacrifice because through Isaac is where the promise comes from, through Isaac. Isaac is not the actual sacrifice. So, and he said, so Satan went from the presence of the Lord and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. And he put him a potsherd, and that's just like a busted, like one of those clay pots that you make out of, you stick, I don't know what you call that little machine, but you make a clay pot, you stick in the oven, it gets hard, and you bust it, and it's kind of like glass. He was using one of those to scrape himself. And it says, withal, and he sat down among the ashes. So you see this dude, man, his hair's cut, he's got boils from his head to his toe. He's sitting in ashes, and he's got this like a kind of like glass scraping himself. And then his wife came into him. And so it's important to understand like the female concept here, right? Adam had a wife, and it's not always about the wife. It's about the woman. It's about the women that are around these men. When you're looking at like Abigail, right? David was going to go eat some of what's his name, Nabal? Yeah, he was going to ask Nabal if he can eat from the land, and pretty much Nabal said, no, I don't even know who this guy is. Well, Abigail knew that David, excuse me, was going to go kill this dude. So she goes over there and begs for mercy. And David sees what kind of woman that Nabal's name in English means fool. So she's married to a fool, right? And the Bible tells us that she has to remain, right? Under the law, she has to remain until he dies. Then she can marry another. And it's just not a coincidence that as soon as David hears, and I'm telling you, let me tell you something. There's a lot of people involved in these stories. And I'm going to go ahead and say, just based on the Bible in its entirety, David goes, hey, listen, he probably got 3 people listen to me, all 3 of y'all. The day that fool dies, you tell me so I can go marry that woman. I mean, bro, they don't got internet, right? Abigail ain't on there taking selfies like, I'm free. Like, they don't, bro, there ain't no internet out there. Right? But David hears that Nabal dies. And when you pay attention to the story, when you go look, man, you can talk about that story for a few hours. It's amazing the way it's all set up. But he marries Abigail. He marries her. And but he had a virtuous woman in his life, right? Even though that he was a fool, she was taking care of him, right? And that's what the Spirit does with us. That's what Eve is representing. Eve is actually representing the Spirit. That's what she's representing. It's not really about, it's not only about a man having a helpmeet woman. It's not only about that. It's about mankind having a comforter, a helpmeet. There's women that have received the Spirit, and the Spirit is their helpmeet. Okay? So that has to be understood. So the way
David was like Bobby Womack, bro.
Oh, like Bobby Womack. And so Jacob's mother, right? Jacob and Esau's mother, the way that she takes care of Jacob, the way that there's this favoritism towards Jacob. If you pay attention to the story, she's literally representing the spirit. Notice that she makes the venison, and if you don't understand this, you need to. It's very important that that Isaac is literally representing God, okay, that enjoys a certain savory meat, right? And only his oldest son can make it. Why? Because it's symbolizing Christ, because Christ is the savoring meat, the savoring aroma that comes off the burnt offerings, okay, throughout Leviticus and everywhere else in the Bible. And so I is saying to his son, right, who has the smell of the field, which is Jesus, because he's the gardener. But anyway, he has the smell of the field, and when it goes out to get the venison, the mother says, "Hey, I know how to make." Well, it's the spirit that knows how to do this. The spirit knows how to please the father, and so she makes Jacob pleasing to the father by wearing the garments of the son so he can smell like him, by making him hairy, which is faith. And if you don't know that, I'm telling you, it would revolutionize the way you see the Bible if you can understand what hair symbolizes in the Bible. But so he feels, right? There's a feel, a smell, and now he wants to taste the savory meat, but it was the mother that prepared it. And so throughout the whole Bible, you see this continuous, like, that the woman is like representing, what type of spirit that this person has. Look at Jezebel. Look at Jezebel's husband. Look how the spirit says, "Oh, I will get that vineyard." Remember, Nabal's vineyard, it was an inheritance, and the spirit that he had killed to take that inheritance, just like Satan did. That's what Satan did. He kills Adam because he wanted to take the inheritance. And so here, Job's wife speaks like a foolish woman. And so there's something wrong with the way he's viewing things, and you know that it's his spirit. And for people to say, no, the Bible says, listen. There's two things happening in the story of Job. Okay, you have the real man, okay, and then you have the shadow. And this is where a lot of people get confused. They get confused on, is Job the man being called the one who eschews evil, or is it the shadow? And I'm telling you, if you can't separate the two, you'll be confused. You have to be able to separate the two. Job is 100% a shadow of Christ. The evidence is just overwhelming. It's everywhere in the Bible. It correlates with everything Job is doing. And then here we go again. We just have to say it's just a coincidence, or you're making it up. Okay, well, bro, like, it's sad when people are immediately say, "No, bro, no, you're stretching." Bro, like, I don't understand. Like, throughout the Bible, so many times God tells people to do things, and a lot of them get afraid and they say, "Lord, who's going to believe me?" It happens over and over, and the problem is people are too scared to say what they see or to admit that there's something else happening in here. And there's other people that can see it, and they're like, "Well, nobody else around me is saying that, so I'm not going to say it." You're a coward. You should be able to say it. If you can see it, you should be able to say it without fear of who's going to say or believe or not believe. You shouldn't have that kind of fear. If it's true, it's true. It doesn't matter what people think. You should be able to, you should be able to thrive in that truth, not be afraid of how people are going to shun you. You shouldn't, our viewpoint should not be how people view you. It shouldn't be that. It should be whether it's true or not. And you can speak the truth. And so, excuse me. So Job, let me see. There was a part. 7, smoke, boils. Yeah, so 9, it says, then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain your integrity? Curse God and die. First of all, the Spirit of God wouldn't tell you to curse God and die. So let me just say this. This woman of his is 100% resembling a man's spirit that has not been resurrected, that's not been born again. We see this when we get to chapter 40, when we get to the 40s, probably 42. But he says, I heard of you by the hearing of the ear, but now my eye seeth thee. Now, at that point is when you know that he spiritually understands God. And you know that, and it goes even more detailed to prove if someone is confused. Hold up. If someone is confused, like, well, it's just not enough. Well, God always makes sure to put enough in there. Because remember, all of his kids died. And he gets more kids. And he names his first child, which just so happens to be a female. And he names her Jemima, which means dove. So his spiritual eye sees, he named daughter Dove. Like, again, the problem is people are not as familiar with the Bible as they're claiming. That's why they don't see it, because it's there. It is 100% there, but people are not diligently seeking Christ. They want the story to pop out and just straight up tell them what's going on. And that's why Jesus spoke to the scribes and the Pharisees the way he did, because he would talk to them the only way that he knows how to talk, and they didn't understand what he was saying. So they always told him, tell us plainly. How many times do you have to see that Jesus did not speak plainly, openly to people, bro? He didn't speak plainly because the word does not speak plainly. Just because we see Jesus walking around, don't kid yourself. That's the Rhema walking around, man. So if he didn't speak plainly, the Bible, the paper Bible, the black letters on a white page, does not speak plainly. I don't know how many more examples you need. He does not speak plainly, but he does say, for those that have ears to hear, let them hear. And he's not talking about the paddles on the side of your head. He's talking about your spiritual hearing. So Job's wife says to him, 9, curse God and die. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women. If you don't understand what a fool is in the Bible, it's a person that doesn't believe in God, right? A man says there is no God. The Bible calls that man a fool. So he's not just talking. The words that Jesus uses to author out this story, all the stories, the whole Bible, he uses the same words that always mean the same thing, unless, again, yeah, thank you, Alex. A fool says in his heart there is no God. Yes. But he calls her a foolish woman, and he said, what shall we receive? Now, he's calling her a fool because of what she's saying, and that's true. But after that, he says, and shall we, he says, what? Shall we receive good at the hand of God, and shall we not receive evil? And all this did Job not sin in his lips. So it's Job, the man, that is saying, the Lord give and the Lord taketh away. The Lord does good to us and the Lord does evil. And so people are not reading the whole story, because if they did, they would see that Job repents, and now he can see. But right now he can't see, obviously. And we get to his friends. Let's see. I think 12. It says, and they lift up their eyes afar off and knew him not. they didn't even recognize Job. They lifted up their voice and wept. And the crazy thing is so many people say that after Jesus was on the cross at that point, and it was a lot of people that that understand anatomy. We're talking doctors, and they're just looking at how the Bible describes how he was beat, and they said that there's he was not. You cannot recognize who this person is on the cross. So it's just not a coincidence that none of his friends recognized him. I just don't see that as a coincidence either. But that's fair. So all right. So now we're at 3, right, where Job starts talking. Somebody want to read 3? Anybody? Somebody? Nobody, I guess. Stars make it hard to see or open. Is anybody there? I'm talking.
I'm
Too
I'm
much.
sorry. I've already started homeschool, so you'll hear my kiddo in the
No,
background.
you're
But I
good. If you
can.
can't, no, you're good, man. You're good.
I think
No
I can read it
worries.
real quick. Let me. I'm near my Bible. I brought Bible.
Well, heck.
Sorry,
Hey,
Trot. Yeah,
I
Chapter
could
3
read
here.
if
are
you
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 not?
know
want
me.
me.
You're not at work, bro?
Me? I'm about to head out.
Yeah.
But
Oh, are you really?
I was at the house here. But yeah, I can read it. Let me
He's
read it
like
real quick.
He's like we're building a castle
He's
on the
right.
corner of.
It slowed down a little bit, man. And so like this morning, I just got to do some running, run to the bank. You got to patch a little roof
Yeah.
real quick before it rains, that kind of stuff.
Hey, how
Okay.
much do you charge to do? Hey, how much do you charge to do roofs, bro? My roof. How
Um,
much would you charge me to do my roof?
what you got, a metal roof? Don't you have a metal roof
Nah, we
or
got regular shingles
shingles?
over her.
Regular shingles over there.
Yeah. How
Man,
much y'all charge for something like that?
they right
Like
now
ballpark, ballpark, like ballpark. You ain't got to give me 100% because we're gonna have
10,000.
to do it pretty soon.
10,000.
Oh my lord.
I want to say roofing right now for a tear off and install is about $100 a square. So per square foot. So for every a
100.
square is 100 square feet. I mean, yeah, a square is 100 square feet. That's a 10 by 10 section. So you're talking $100 per square. So if let's say you got 2,000 square feet, that's 20 square. So 20 square times 100, $2,000.
Oh my gosh,
So
you're better than mine.
yeah, it
Mine was
gets.
8,000, but I have a big house. But the thing is I need to get the screws in my tin roof. They're starting to pop out. So I need to get new screws put in. I got to buy bigger screws and get up. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. Just
I should have jumped on. She's like, you see
Yeah.
how I cut that off and went back to the subject
You
again?
see
Yeah,
that? You
that's
see
what y'all
that?
need to do.
I was just
See, I just
showing y'all. Hey, she's like, I was just showing y'all how to hurry up and get back on track.
exactly. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, chapter 3. Here we go.
Fine.
Chapter 3. After this, opened Job his mouth, and he cursed his day. And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man child conceived. Let the day be darkened, and let not God regard it from above, neither let the light shine upon it. Let darkness and the shadow of death stain it. Let a cloud dwell upon it. Let the blackness of the day terrify it. As for that night, let darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined into the day of the years. Let it not come into the number of the months. Lo, let that night be solitary. Let no joyful voice come therein. Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up their mourning. Let the stars of the twilight thereof be dark. Let it look for light, but have none. Neither let it see the dawning of the day, because it shut up because it shut not up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hid sorrow from mine eyes. Why die I not from that womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? Why did the knees prevent me? Why didn't the knees prevent me? Or why the breast that I should suck? For now should I have lain still and been quiet. I should have slept, then had I been at rest with kings and counselors of the earth, which build desolate places for themselves, or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver, or as of hidden untimely births I had not been, as infants which never saw light. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. There the prisoner rests together, they hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and the great are there, and the servant is free from the master. Wherefore is light given to him that is in misery, and life unto the bitter in soul, which long for death, but it cometh not, and dig for it more than for hid treasures, which rejoice exceedingly as glad when they can find the grave. Why is the light given to a man whose way is hid, and whom God had hedged in? For my sighing cometh before I eat, and my roaring as poured out like the water. For the thing that I greatly feared is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of has come unto me. I was not in safety, neither had I rest, neither was I quiet, yet trouble came. Chapter 3.
All right, now, yeah, so obviously this is Job the man. This part right here ain't got nothing to do with the shadow. This is Job the man. He done fell apart like a $2 suitcase. And everything that he's saying here is contrary to what God said about him. What does God tell Satan about Job? Anybody?
That he was a perfect man.
Yeah, perfect.
Just,
Have you considered my servant Job?
shoot
Yeah.
evil.
Right. Isn't that normal talk for God? What does God tell Gideon when he's in fear? What does he call him? What does God tell all the men? Why are you hiding, you great man of valor? Why does God always talk to these pasty, fall apart like a $2 suitcase every chance they get? Why is it always him talking so good about them, and they're just so good at beating themselves down? Why is that? Because that's
like
the man
mortifying.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's he's proving something throughout the whole Bible. God is proving something that, and it's always present. It's present for us today, that you may fall apart like a $2 suitcase, right? You may do this. People around you may do this. Now, of course, you got the shadow part, which I'm trying to talk about both because they're important. But your flesh, when I say you right now, I'm talking about your flesh. Your flesh may feel this way. Your flesh may fall apart. Your flesh is the part of you that's a fool. The flesh, the firstborn part of you, not the secondborn, the firstborn. And so what you see is Job is having, when we're talking about harnessing your emotions, I talk about having your pity party. That's what he's doing. And there's people that still do this today. They allow the pity party to take place. Well, notice Job is allowing the pity party to take place, but his eyes haven't been opened yet. So it's pretty sad that when someone's eyes have been opened and they still find themselves in a pity party, something's wrong. His eyes are not open here. So when people take this and they go, no, Job was this and Job was that, I hate to break it to you. That's how God talks about everybody, and I can prove it. I can go to the whole Bible, and I can show you that it's always him that uplifts us. Don't you understand? Wasn't it God that was telling Moses, hey, go set my people free. You go do this. You go do this. And how did Moses react? No, man, I'm a tongue twister. I can't even, no. It's always the flesh that is lying. So it's sad when we read the Bible and we believe what the liar is saying. Have you still not learned what the liar is? The flesh? The flesh is the liar? So now the question is this: is Job telling the truth? In chapter 3, is Job telling the truth here? Anybody?
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Have you still not understood what God is showing here? God says that Job is one thing, but Job is saying he's another. Peter said one thing, and Jesus told him another. Jesus is saying that I am going to go through this. I'm going to die. But Peter said, no, let this be far from you. And Jesus says, get behind me, Satan. You need to be able to understand when Satan is talking and when God is talking. So when God says all these things about Job, and you go, see, Job was awesome. Okay, well, that's funny because we get to chapter 3. He don't seem to know that. Do you see the misplacement? See, we know to believe God, but then when we get to chapter 3, clearly shows that Job doesn't know yet. You understand? Job doesn't know. God is speaking the truth, but Job doesn't know. How does Job not know that he's an upright, awesome dude? How does he not know that? Right? Wouldn't you, if God knows it, shouldn't Job know it? No. Because God knows all truth. It's the man that has to be set free from the lie so he can see the truth. Clearly, don't see the truth the way God explains it, but it's God. God can see the truth. Now, again, you have the shadow part where the shadow part where this man is, he's hated and persecuted and all these things, all this stuff's happening to him, everything all the way to his death. There's a hedge of protection around him. The man is treated, even from Satan, as there's something special about this one individual right here, right? But in 3, we can honestly say that Job don't see himself the way God sees himself. That's what we can say. So now we get to 4. Let me see. Word of truth. Job was perfect for the standard of that time. Well, Job's not the only man that God speaks highly of. God speaks highly about a lot of people in the Bible. So a lot, right? He speaks, even Noah. Yeah, he speaks highly on all these men. But remember, that's God's perspective, right? God is not saying that these men are perfect in their flesh. God calls people perfect and upright because of his grace, not because of how good they are. So a perfect example would be what we just read in 3. If Job was as good as God is saying he is, and I'm talking physically, okay, Job would have. I don't think you understand, like, for real. Do y'all not see in chapter 3 how bad he just got through talking about himself? Let me ask you this. Today, are we supposed to talk this way about ourselves? No. Only a fool talks like that. You're going to say you rue the day that you were born, and how dare you come out of the belly of this woman? She should have shut her knees so you could stay in the womb, right? So he also spoke like a fool But God always shows you what he sees. But clearly Job doesn't see, which means Job is not yet what God is claiming. You have to understand that. When people try to say, oh, no, he was good and upright, somebody's missing the point somewhere, because we're just 3 chapters in and he talks worse about himself than anybody else. So again, God is calling those things that are not as though they were. Do you understand? He's speaking life into Job, because clearly in chapter 3, buddies, he don't have life the way that you would hope. He doesn't. Now, the one thing that he does have is he doesn't sin against God, right? 100%. But he is not to a standard of a perfect and upright man anywhere else than his heart, and that's what God looks at, right? God doesn't look on the countenance. He looks on the heart. And so that's why God is saying what he's saying about Job. The problem is Job can't see it yet. And we see that later on. We see that later on in the scriptures. But let me see. All right. So I guess I'll read 4, since everybody else been reading. So this is Eliphaz.
Hey, love you guys. I got to drop, bro. Thank you.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Love you, man.
Absolutely.
Love you, brother.
Let's see. None of us can see it until we accept Christ and put off.
2 B's, 3 B's.
Victoria, you're not on mute.
Oh, sorry, babe.
What happened? Oh. All right, everybody. Everybody. 1B. Oh, okay. My bad.
2 B's. Focus.
Yeah, for real. Focus. All right, so yeah, and that's the man part, right? I was just reading a comment. None of us can see it until we accept Christ. That's the man part, right? The man part can't see it, right? But God can see it, right? It's very important. So, speech of Eliphaz says, then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, because remember, they're all right there. His friends are right there looking at his goofy butt. He says, if we essay to continue with thee, will thou be grieved? But who can withhold himself from speaking? Behold, thou hast instructed many, and now, or it says, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands. Thy words have upholding him that was falling, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees. But now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest. So he's like, bro, you're always building people up and lifting people up, but now that it's come against you, you fell apart like a $2 suitcase.
Sounds right?
Like yeah, well, if not careful, everybody can easily do this. That's why it's good to learn to harness your emotions, which we just went over, I think, maybe a month ago. We'll go over it again pretty soon. I think it's excuse me, there's a handful of things that people just need to continuously go over, right? But he says now that thou faintest, so we're still in 5. It toucheth thee, and thou art troubled. Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope, and the uprightness of thy ways? Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished, being innocent, with a question mark, right? Yeah, he said, whoever perished being innocent. So now he's telling Job, you're not innocent, is what he's telling him. Or where were the righteous cut off? Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. So they're telling him, you're reaping what you sowed, Job. That's what they're telling him here. But if you haven't paid attention to the conversation that God had with, of course, the accuser, Job is not doing, he didn't sow anything to reap this, right? And I know it's not easy to see, but it should strengthen the point that Job is a shadow of Christ, because everything that Christ went through, he didn't earn it. He did not sow seed and reap that as a harvest, right? That's not what happened. Now, all of us humans, we did. All of us reaped what we sowed. Now, not in the sense that our dead spirit was given to us from Adam, not that, but every one of us has broken the law. Jesus did not break the law, right? But yet it touched him. All these things came upon him. Says, pray you perish cut off, even if I. So 8 says, even as I have seen, they that plow reap the same. Says, by the blast of God they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils they are consumed. So you're talking about people that are sin against God. The roaring of the lion and the voice of the fierce lion and the teeth of the young lions are broken. The old lion perisheth for lack of prey, and the stout lion's whelps are scattered abroad. Now a thing was secretly brought to me, and my ear received a little thereof. In thoughts from the visions of the night, when deep sleep falleth on men, fear came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones to shake. Then a spirit passed before my face. The hair of my flesh stood up. It stood still, but I could not discern the form thereof. An image was before my eyes. There was silence, and I heard a voice saying, shall mortal man be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his maker? Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly. How much less in them that dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, which are cursed before the moth. They are destroyed from the morning to evening. They perish forever without any regarding it. Doth not their excellency which is in them go away? They die even without wisdom. And we know wisdom is a attribute of the Spirit, and he's pretty much telling Job that this is your fault and you're going to die without wisdom. I mean, I'm not sure what kind of friend that is, but this is one of Job's friends. That's what the Bible tells us. And obviously, we're not going to go over every chapter, but I will say this, that, or matter of fact, I'll read Job's reply. So that's 4. So we go into 5, and it says, and I'll read a small part of that. It says, call now if there be any that will answer thee. Now, if this is still his friend, he says, and to which of the saints wilt thou turn? For wrath killeth the foolish man, and envy slayeth the silly one. So I'll get to 6. And can somebody read 6? And we'll talk about 6 for a little bit. Job
I can read it for you.
Okay.
All right.
Tara, you're reading it, right, sister?
Okay, chapter 6.
Yeah, chapter 6.
Okay, but Job answered and said, oh, that my grief were thoroughly weighed, and my calamity laid in the balances together. For now it would be heavier than the sand of the sea, therefore my words are swallowed up. For the arrows of the Almighty are within me, the poison whereof drinketh up my spirit. The terrors of God do set themselves in array against me. Doth the wild ass bray when he hath grass? Or loweth the ox over his fodder? Can that which is unsavory be eaten without salt? Or is there any taste in the white of an egg? The things that my soul refused to touch are as my sorrowful meat. Oh, that I might have my request, and that God would grant me the thing that I long for. Even that it would please God to destroy me, that he would let loose his hand and cut me off. Then should I yet have comfort, yea, I would harden myself in sorrow. Let him not spare, for I have not concealed the words of the Holy One. What is my strength that I should hope? And what is mine end that I should prolong my life? Is my strength the strength of stones, or is my flesh of brass? Is not my help in me, and is wisdom driven quite from me? To him that is afflicted, pity should be showed from his friend, but he forsaketh the fear of the Almighty. My brethren have dealt deceitfully as a brook, and as the stream of brooks they pass away, which are blackish by reason of the ice, and wherein the snow is hid. What time they wax warm, they vanish. When it is hot, they are consumed out of their place. The paths of their way are turned aside. They go to nothing and perish. The troops of Tema looked. The companies of Sheba waited for them. They were confounded because they had hoped. They came thither and were ashamed. For now ye are no thing. You see my casting down and are afraid. Did I say, bring unto me, or give a reward for me of your substance? Or deliver me from the enemy's hand, or redeem me from the hand of the mighty? Teach me, and I will hold my tongue, and cause me to understand wherein I have erred. How forcible are right words! But what doth your arguing reprove? Do ye imagine to reprove words, and the speeches of one that is desperate, which are as wind? Yea, you overwhelm the fatherless, and you dig a pit for your friend. Now therefore be content, look upon me, for it is evident unto you if I lie. Return, I pray you. Let it not be iniquity, yea, return again, my righteousness is in it. Is there iniquity in my tongue? Cannot my taste discern perverse things? Chapter 6.
Yeah, so Job is clearly telling this dude, like when he says, right here, my brethren, 15 says, my brethren have dealt deceitfully as a brook, and as a stream of brooks they pass away. And he's letting him know, like, bro, don't you think you need to be talking to me a little better than this right now? Right? We get to 7, Job is continuing his rebuttal here to his buddy. So all of his friends, let's see, let me read 7, 1 and 2 probably. So, is there not an appointed time to man upon earth? Are not his days also like the days of a hireling? As a servant earnestly desireth the shadow, and as a hireling looketh for the reward of his work. And then so we get to Bildad in 8, and all of his friends, let me see, all of his friends talk to him the same way, except for the last one. And I always point this out, that the last one is the youngest friend, right? Which is not a coincidence again. Let's see. I don't know if they're in order. I don't recall, but it might be Zophar, I think. Let's see. Zophar might be the youngest. Matter of fact, we can go Job answers.
Isn't that like in 35, bro? I thought it was like way
Yeah,
ahead.
I don't remember what's the name of the youngest friend. I don't recall
I gotta look it up.
which
Give me a
one it
second.
is.
Elihu.
Yeah, I think that's
What is
right.
it? Yeah, that
Elihu.
sounds right.
Tom said it in the chat. Elihu.
Elihu. Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah, that sounds
notice when
right.
it says, notice this where it says the friends of Job. So Job 2, it gives us names of his friends, right? And it says, now when Job's 3 friends heard of all the evil that was come upon him, they came every one from his place. Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar. So those are the only 3 friends. So Elihu is not considered a friend of Job, but if you pay attention to the way, so notice that Job's wife is a fool, Job's friends are fools, and then Elihu comes, and I think it is around 30. I don't recall how many times they speak to one another though. So 36, I see Elihu talking to him in 36. I see it in 34. I see it in 32. Let me see. I'm in 22. So Eliphaz is accusing him again in 22. 23, Job is responding to him.
Tammy said 35.
Elihu's 32 to 37, bro.
Okay, so the first time he starts talking is 32.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think what we'll do, instead of hearing his friends talk like fools, I do want to go, because I don't think on Descaled, I don't think we've went over all of the conversation between Elihu and Job, and I don't think it'd be wrong to do that. We got about 30 minutes, so we'll get into that, and wherever we leave off, we'll just pick up on it tomorrow. Obviously, we'll end it tomorrow. But so 32. So Elihu's listening to all this to all this hating Job battering that's taking place. And hey, can somebody look up Elihu's name? Is somebody there next to their equipment or gear?
Yeah, I could look it up, man. Give me a second. I'm at my desk now. I should have pulled it. I was gonna pull it up beforehand, and I fell asleep on it. But
yeah,
30 Joe.
Yeah, 32-4. I know the name of Elihu is there.
I know he's in 32. Yeah, 32 for sure. Elihu 32-4. It means H453. He is my God.
He is my God.
Mm-hmm. And the root words. All right. You want me to go to root words or just leave it like that?
No, that's fine.
All right.
So let me see. I think Job speaks last before he. Let me see. Let me make sure though. Yeah. So Job's final speech starts at 26. Okay. So Job speaks 26, 27, 28. He talks for a long time. 29, 30. Let me see. I'll say it's funny in 30. Yeah, let me see. Is it 30? Yeah. It's funny in 30, starting at 1. Job says, he says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of the flock. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perish. I mean, Job is a trip, dude. Like, he's literally kicking and screaming. And then so, for what portion of God is there above inheritance? And even in 31, bro, look, he says, I made a covenant with my eyes. Why then should I think upon a maid? For what portion of God is there from above, and what inheritance of the Almighty from the high? Is not destruction to the wicked and the so he's literally talking about having no inheritance. Like he's just 100% out there. And I'll end it with Job talking about his speech. Job 31. I'm going to read 39 and 40. This is before Eliyahu gives his 2 cents. And he says, if I have eaten the fruits thereof without money, or have caused the owners thereof to lose their life, let thistles grow instead of wheat, and cockle instead of barley. The words of Job are ended. And Eliyahu says, let's see. Does anybody want to read 32? If you can't, I understand, but if somebody can, great.
I can read it if you want. You got it? You can read it.
Okay. 32. So these 3 men ceased to answer Job, because he was righteous in his own eyes. Then was kindled the wrath of Elihu the son of Barachel the Buzite. Of the kindred of Ram against Job was his wrath kindled, because he justified himself rather than God. Also against his 3 friends was his wrath kindled, because they had found no answer and yet had condemned Job. Now Elihu had waited till Job had spoken, because they were elder than he. When Elihu saw that there was no answer in the mouth of these 3 men, then his wrath was kindled. And Elihu the son of Barachel the Buzite answered and said, I am young, and ye are very old. Wherefore I was afraid, and durst not show you mine opinion. I said, days should speak, and multitude of years should teach wisdom. But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. Great men are not always wise, neither do the aged understand judgment. Therefore I said, hearken to me. I also will show mine opinion. Behold, I waited for your words. I gave ear to your reasons, whilst ye searched out what to say. Yea,
Let me say something real quick. Let
okay.
me say something real quick. So it's not a coincidence that the youngest, right, out of all of them, is speaking, right, in such a dramatic event, right? You would think all the old people have all the wisdom. So here again, right, that which is first becomes last. That which is last becomes first. So you see the crossing of the hands here. You see the donkey speaking here. You know, the youngest one that's not supposed to say a whole lot. He literally just got through telling them, y'all are supposed to be wise, but you're all fools. So I'm going to have to give my opinion. That's pretty much what this dude just got.
Is that like the 12-year-old in the temple, Jesus too?
Yeah, 100%, 100%, because Jesus is the last that becomes first. So he is the wisdom, right? That shouldn't be wise, but yet is wise. What verse are we on?
Verse 12.
Okay, all right, go ahead, hit it.
Yea, I attended unto you, and behold, there was none of you that convinced Job, or that answered his words. Lest ye should say, we have found out wisdom. God thrusteth him down, not man. Now he hath not directed his words against me, neither will I answer him with your speeches. They were amazed, they answered no more, they left off speaking. When I had waited, for they spake not, but stood still, and answered no more. I said, I will answer also my part. I also will show mine opinion. For I am full of matter, the spirit within me constraineth me. Behold, my belly is as wine which hath no vent. It is ready to burst like new bottles. I
All
will
right, let me
speak.
say something right here. So he's slowly getting to like these, and it's so, the way Jesus orchestrated this whole Bible is just phenomenal. He's slowly pointing to some facts that, like, if you're not familiar with the Bible, you're missing 100%. You're missing how this is like being laid out before him. And so to understand like what he's saying, where he says, "For I am full of matter, the spirit within me constraineth me. Behold, my belly is as wine." Okay, so throughout the whole Bible, we see that Paul calls certain people, he says that their belly is their God. And he's talking about his belly is as wine, which hath no vent and is ready to burst like a new bottle, right? So when Jesus said, you cannot put new wine into an old wineskin, right? Because if you do, the old wineskin has already fermented wine before. So if you put new wine inside of an old wineskin while it's fermenting, it'll bust the old wineskin. And this is saying that you cannot mix law and grace. You cannot take someone who is under the law and try to put new wine inside of that old vessel, right? The person has to be born again. The new vessel is what receives the new wine. And he literally is telling us, right? He's already showing that he's wisdom, but God goes further and shows, so there's no misunderstanding like anything that he's saying. And it's just amazing that he's saying that my belly is as wine that have no vent. It is ready to burst like a new bottle, which means it's the new bottle. The new wine is about to speak here to Job. And we are at 20, I think. Go ahead.
I will speak that I may be refreshed. I will open my lips and answer. Let me not, I pray you, accept any man's person, neither let me give flattering titles unto man. For I know not to give flattering titles, in so doing, my Maker would soon take me away.
Yeah, can you read 33, or do you want someone else to read 33?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, cool.
Wherefore, Job, I pray thee, hear my speeches, and hearken to all my words. Behold, now I have opened my mouth, my tongue hath spoken in my mouth. My words shall be of a brightness of my heart, and my lips shall utter knowledge clearly. The Spirit of God hath made me, and the breath of the Almighty hath given me life. If thou canst answer me, set thy words in order before me, stand up. Behold, I am according to the wish in God's stead. I also am formed out of the clay. Behold, my terror shall not make thee afraid, neither shall my hand be heavy upon thee. Surely thou hast spoken in mine hearing, and I have heard the voice of thy word saying, I am clean without transgression, I am innocent, neither is there iniquity in me. Behold, he findeth occasions against me. He counteth me for his enemy. He putteth my feet in the stocks. He marketh all my paths. Verse 12, Behold, in this thou art not just. I will answer thee that God is greater than man. Why dost thou strive against him? For he giveth not account of any of his matters. For God speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream and a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumbering upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. He keepeth back his soul from the pit, and his life from perishing by the sword. He is chastened also with pain upon his bed, and the multitude of his bones with strong pain. so that his life abhorreth bread, and his soul dainty meat. His flesh is consumed away, that it cannot be seen, and his bones that were not seen stick out. Yea, his soul draweth near unto the grave, and his life to the destroyers. If there be a messenger with him, an interpreter, one among 1,000, to show unto man his uprightness, then he is gracious unto him, and saith, Deliver him from going down to the pit. I have found a ransom. His flesh shall be fresher than a child's. He shall return to the days of his youth. He shall pray unto God, and he shall be favorable unto him. And he shall see his face with joy, for he will render unto man his righteousness. He looketh upon men, and if any say, I have sinned and perverted that which was right, and it profited me not, he will deliver his soul from going into the pit, and his life shall see the light. Lo, all these things worketh God oftentimes with man, to bring back his soul from the pit, to be enlightened with the light of the living. Mark well, O Job, hearken unto me. Hold thy peace, and I will speak. If thou hast anything to say, answer me, speak, for I desire to justify thee. If not, hearken unto me, hold thy peace, and I shall teach thee wisdom.
All right, so not only did he prepare that he's about to speak from wisdom, he starts saying a whole lot of things that only wisdom could understand. When he starts talking, I mean, he says it over and over. I'm not going to go over a lot of it right now because I do want to finish this last part, but where he starts talking about in 33, where he says, let's see, behold, let's see, thou art not just, I will answer thee, that God is greater than man. Yeah, so this is 33:13. He says, why dost thou strive against him? For he giveth not account of any of his matters. For God speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. He keepeth back his soul from the pit, and he constantly starts talking about a soul here. And there's a part, let's see, it might be 24. Then he is gracious unto him, and saith, deliver him from going down in the pit. I have found a ransom, and we know what that ransom is. His flesh shall be fresher than a child's. He shall return to the days of his youth. And the Bible tells us over and over where it says that he will renew us as eagles. He says, he shall pray unto God, and he will be favorable unto him, and he shall see his face with joy. He will render unto him righteousness. Where's the part that... well, maybe I went over it. Deliver... I think I went over it. My bad. Fresh consumed cannot see the bones that are stick out. 22. Yea, his soul draweth near unto the grave, and his life to the destroyers. Because it was God's soul that was offered for us. And so he's even pointing that out here. The way he keeps talking about the soul, the way he keeps talking about the destroyers, right? People that's gonna do this, and at the very end, so everything that he's talking about, it takes wisdom. Like if you ask a lot of people today if God has a soul, a lot of people will stutter. A lot of people will stutter over that. The Bible makes it very clear that God has a soul, and it makes it very clear that that soul will be offered for us. Okay, and I know it doesn't seem as normal to say it, but the soul that was in Jesus's body, that's God's soul. And it's not easy to understand that, but God offered, that's what was offered for us. That's what the Bible says very clearly. Then he says, if not, hearken unto me, hold thy peace, and I shall teach thee wisdom. So basically, y'all are all speaking like a bunch of old fools, and I'll teach you wisdom. So I guess we'll, is it 35? Where does he stop? No, he continues on, man. Let's see, 36, he's still talking. So he speaks all the way to 37, I guess. Yeah, he's speaking all the way to 37. Let's see. Well, I guess I'll leave that up to y'all. Do y'all want to read all of that? I don't care, because the Lord doesn't speak till 38.
I don't have my Bible on me, but so I may leave you guys to make that call because I don't know really. I'm just kind of listening. So what does everybody else think?
I can read here in a second. Let me park this car and I'll read off my phone.
Well, I mean, I don't want to sit here and
To read it all.
and read. Do what?
Steffi Lynn wants to read it all.
She wants to read it all. Oh, my Lord.
The whole thing.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, we can read the whole thing. Read it. All right. So who's going to start at 34?
Where are we at, Trot? Where are we at?
We're at Job 34.
Who's reading?
I don't know.
I mean, I could read, I guess, but somebody else could read. I'm kind of multitasking here. You got it, Bryant?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you know what? When I flip over to the Bible, there, you guys can't hear me speak. So never mind. I can't do it.
Oh,
Tara
okay.
Tara can read. She likes to read for us, right, Tara?
Who?
Okay, yeah, I can read again. Okay, chapter 34.
Okay.
Furthermore, Elihu answered and said, Hear my words, O ye wise men, and give ear unto me, ye that have knowledge. For the ear trieth words, as the mouth tasteth meat. Let us choose to us judgment. Let us know among ourselves what is good. For Job hath said, I am righteous, and God hath taken away my judgment. Should I lie against my right? My wound is incurable without transgression. What man is like Job, who drinketh up scorning like water, which goeth in company with the workers of iniquity, and walketh with wicked men? For he hath said, It profiteth a man nothing, that he should delight himself with God. Therefore hearken unto me, ye men of understanding. Far be it from God that he should do wickedness, and from the Almighty that he should commit iniquity. For the work of a man shall he render unto him, and cause every man to find according to his ways. Yea, surely God will not do wickedly, neither will the Almighty pervert just judgment. Who hath given him a charge over the earth? Or who hath disposed the whole world? If he set his heart upon man, if he gather unto himself his spirit and his breath, all flesh shall perish together, and man shall turn again unto dust. If now thou hast understanding, hear this, hearken to the voice of my words. Shall even he that hateth right govern? And wilt thou condemn him that is most just? Is it fit to say to a king, Thou art wicked, and to princes, Ye are ungodly? How much less to him that accepteth not the persons of princes, nor regardeth the rich more than the poor? For they are all the work of his hands. In a moment shall they die, and the people shall be troubled. At midnight and pass away, and the mighty shall be taken away without hand. For his eyes are upon the ways of man, and he seeth all his goings. There is no darkness, nor shadow of death, where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves. For he will not lay upon man more than right, that he should enter into judgment with God. He shall break in pieces mighty men without number, and set others in their stead. Therefore he knoweth their works, and he overturneth them in the night, so that they are destroyed. He striketh them as wicked men in the open sight of others, because they turned back from him, and would not consider any of his ways, so that they caused the cry of the poor to come unto him, and he heareth the cry of the afflicted. When he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him? Whether it be done against a nation or against a man only, that the hypocrite reign not, lest the people be ensnared. Surely it is meet to be said unto God, I have borne chastisement. I will not offend any more. That which I see not teach thou me. If I have done iniquity, I will do no more. Should it be according to thy mind, he will recompense it, whether thou refuse or whether thou choose. And not I therefore speak what thou knowest. Let men of understanding tell me, and let a wise man hearken unto me. Job hath spoken without knowledge, and his words were without wisdom. My desire is that Job may be tried unto the end because of his answers for wicked men. For he addeth rebellion unto his sin. He clappeth his hands among us, and multiplieth his words against God. Chapter 34.
Yeah, the main part, obviously, he's already pointed out, look, man, I'm about to speak wisdom, just hear me out. And in doing so, he says that Job hath spoken without knowledge, and his words without wisdom. And remember, the spirit of the Lord is, spirit of might, the spirit of fear of the Lord, the spirit of knowledge, the spirit of understanding, and he says right here, Job hath spoken without knowledge, and his words were without wisdom. So he gets straight to the point and says, your words are without wisdom, Job. All this junk you're saying, it's without wisdom. And we know this to be true because we see wisdom come into play in chapter 42. So when people are repeating stuff that Job says, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. You know, these people are not fully comprehending what is taking place here. Job is not only told by this younger guy that you're not speaking with wisdom, but he also repents to everything that he says beforehand, right? So to take what Job is saying here and believing the flesh, right? That's what people are doing. They're listening to what Job is saying, and because he's called a perfect and upright man, right? So they're not putting into consideration that God sees us a certain way, regardless if you don't see yourself that way. So they're not taking that into consideration. They're just taking it as God is saying that Job is perfect, and Job also sees himself as perfect. But that's not the case. God is calling those things that are not as though they were, just like he did with Gideon, just like he did with Moses, just like he always does. And so he's doing it here with Job, and Job is speaking without wisdom. So he's not there yet, but he does get there. So God doesn't lie. He comes to that understanding.
So when somebody
Agape,
asks
you want to read chapter? Oh,
Trot, I was gonna say,
so
so when somebody asks you, do you sin? You're like, no, dude, I'm perfect, bro. I'm perfect.
Yeah, no, what and that's another thing, and I don't mind saying something about that. If somebody says to you, "Do you sin?" All you have to, I'm telling you, if you know how to do this God's way, it just makes it more simple. Someone says, "Do you still sin?" Say, "What does God say about me?" That's all you have to say to them. What does God say about me? Well, God says that you're not supposed to do this. No, brother. And then you go to verses that says what God says about us. And so while this person is trying to get you to focus on your flesh, you need to get them to focus on what God says. So Job here is focused on his flesh, but God's already called him an upright and just man. But yet Job is still focused on the flesh. We're supposed to come into agreement with God regardless of what circumstances look like. So, Agape, can you read chapter 35?
Sure.
I
Then then Elihu said, "Do you think this is just? You say, I will be cleared by God. Yet you ask him, what profit is it to me, and what do I gain by not sinning? I would like to reply to you and to your friends with you. Look up at the heavens and see. Gaze at the clouds so high above you. If you sin, how does that affect him? If your sins are many, what does that do to him? If you are righteous, what do you give to him? Or what does he receive from your hand? Your wickedness affects only a man like yourself, and your righteousness only the sons of men. Men cry out under a load of oppression. They plead for relief from the arm of the powerful. But no one says, where is God my maker? Who gives songs in the night? Who teaches more to us than to the beasts of the earth, and makes us wiser than the birds of the air? He does not answer when men cry out because of the arrogance of the wicked. Indeed, God does not listen to their empty plea. The Almighty pays no attention to it. How much less, then, will he listen when you say that you do not see him, that your case is before him, and you must wait for him, and further, that his anger never punishes, and he does not take the least notice of wickedness? So Job opens his mouth with empty talk, without knowledge. He multiplies words. 35.
So again, he ends it the exact same way, and he says, therefore doth Job open his mouth in vain. He multiplieth words without knowledge, talking about without the Spirit. He tells them the exact same thing at the end, and it's already 10, so this is what we'll do. We'll pick up at 36. So somebody please, I'm going to try to jot that down. Be better if everybody jots it down. We're going to start back at Job 36, and we'll read 36, 37, and we're definitely going to read 38. Man, I don't know. We might read this sucker all the way out, dude, to be honest with you. I'm going to say we're going to read it out because after Elihu speaks, this is when God comes in, and he pretty much gives Job the business.
Chapter 40 says, I'm ready to shut up and listen.
Yeah, 40 is when we So, yeah, all right. So tomorrow we'll pick up at Job 36. Let me see. If somebody's got something to say on the panel, man, say it now or forever hold your peace. Anybody
I'm
got something to
good,
say?
bro. No, I'm good. I'm just listening in.
Yep, we're all good here too.
Alex,
buddy.
what's up? Alex ain't said one word. What's up?
He must be working.
Oh, yeah, he probably can't say anything. Mike, what's up, bro? You pushing dirt?
Yes, sir, man. I was just trying to fill in a box for you. That's all.
Ah. All right.
So Jerome Bettis wore number 36. So we start at Jerome Bettis tomorrow.
Jerome, man, hey, that dude was biting. Jerome Bettis. The bus. All right, yeah, we start tomorrow at 36. And if nobody has anything else to say, we're gonna bounce off.
Have a good day, everyone.
Is that it?
God bless
Have
you.
a good day, everybody.
All right.
God
God
bless.
bless. See
God bless.
you in the morning.
God bless.